Good morning, students. Our today's topic is ribosomes. Ribosomes are the granule structures first observed under the electron microscope as dense particle by George Palade in 1953. They are composed of ribonucleic acid, that is RNA, and proteins, and are not surrounded by any membrane. Important point, they are discovered by George Palade in 1953. They are made up of RNA and proteins, and they are not surrounded by the membrane. The eukaryotic ribosome are 80S type, while the prokaryotic ribosomes are 70S. Each ribosome has two units, larger subunit and smaller subunit. The two subunits of 80S ribosomes are 60S and 40S. Total comes out to be 100, but it is known as 80S because it depends upon it is sedimentation coefficient. So that is why 80S is given. Actual the two unit that is larger is of 60S and smaller is of 40S. While in case of 70S ribosome, which is present in prokaryotes, the two subunits are 50S and 30S, where S is the Sydberg's unit. S stands for the sedimentation coefficient. It is indirectly a measure of density and size. Both 70S and 80S ribosomes have two subunits. Next is cytoskeleton. An extensive network of filamentous proteinaceous structures consisting of microtubules, microfilaments are present in the cytoplasm. They are known as cytoskeleton. So in the cytoplasm, many filamentous structures which are made up of proteins are present, which forms the cytoskeleton. The cytoskeleton in a cell are involved in many functions such as mechanical support, motility means movement, maintenance of the shape of the cell. Next is cilia and flagella. Cilia and flagella are hair-like outgrowths of the cell membrane. They are present outside the cell membrane. Cilia are small structures which work like oars, causing the movement of either the cell or the surrounding movement fluid. So cilia, small structures, they help in the movement of cell or the fluid which is surrounding the cell. Flagella are comparatively longer in size and responsible for cell movement. The prokaryotic bacteria also possess flagella which are different from the eukaryotic flagella. Now the structure of cilia or flagella. On the diagram 8.1, structure of cilia or flagella is shown. So first B part, see the B diagram. Outer side membrane is present. That green colored layer is the plasma membrane. Outer layer is known as plasma membrane. Inside, 9 peripheral microtubule doublets are present. So these structures, peripheral microtubules, means on the periphery, these microtubules are present which are made up of proteins. They are doublet. They occur in double form, 2 rings. They are 9 in number. So they are known as peripheral microtubules doublet. These peripheral tubules are interlinked with each other by interdoublet bridge. So this bridge is present which connects that green line that connects the two microtubules. In the central microtubule also is present. That also doublet pair. From the peripheral microtubules, they are linked with the central sheath by the radial spoke. Central sheath which surrounds the central microtubule. Central sheath is present around the central microtubules, and the peripheral microtubules are linked with the central sheath with the help of radial spoke. I hope this is clear. Now, next, the electron microscope study of the cilia or flagella shows that they are covered by a plasma membrane. Their core, inside the plasma membrane, the part is known as exoneme, possesses a number of microtubules running parallel to the long axis. Here diagram is transverse section, so these microtubules they run along the parallel in the long axis. Means in the whole cilia or flagella this type of structure is present lengthwise. The axoneme, that is the main part inside the plasma membrane, has 9 doublets of radially arranged peripheral microtubules. Outside on the periphery 9 microtubules are present, a pair of centrally located microtubule, and in the middle also a pair is present. Such an arrangement is known as 9+2 arrangement. Array means arrangement. 9 microdoublets outside, inside only 2. They are separated by each other. In the central sheath, 2 microtubules are present. 9+2 arrangement. The central tubules are connected by bridge and is enclosed by a central sheath which is connected to one of the tubule of each periphery by a radial spoke. That is, central sheath is connected with the peripheral microtubules by the radial spoke. Thus, there are 9 radial spokes. The peripheral doublets are also interconnected by linkers. The peripheral doublets are also linked by interdoublet bridges or linkers. Same thing. Both the cilium and flagellum emerge from centriole-like structure called the basal body. The structure of centriole we will discuss now. So, next topic is centrosome and centrioles. Centrosome is an organelle usually containing 2 cylindrical structures called centrioles. It is present near the nucleus, and centrosome consists of 2 centrioles. They are surrounded by amorphous pericentriolar material. Around the centriole, some material is present. Both the centrioles in a centrosome lie perpendicular to each other, in which each has an organization like a cartwheel. They are made up of 9 evenly spaced peripheral fibrils of tubulin protein. Like we have studied in cilia, so in centriole also peripheral tubules are present, but they are made up of triplet in nature. Earlier they were of doublet in nature, 2 microtubules are present, but in centriole 3 microtubules are present. The adjacent triplets are also linked like in cilia. Here also the adjacent peripheral tubules are linked with each other. That is, AC linkers are present. AC linkers, 3 microtubules, just name them A, B, C. The last one is connected with the first of the next one. In this way the name is given AC linkers. The central part of the proximal region of the centriole is also made up of protein and is called hub. The middle part is known as hub, which is connected with tubules of the peripheral triplets. Same like their radial spokes are present, here also radial spokes are present which are made up of protein. The centrioles form the basal body of cilia or flagella and spindle fibers that give rise to spindle apparatus. Nucleus as a cell organelle was first observed by Robert Brown in 1831. Later the material of nucleus stained by basic dyes and was given the name chromatin by Fleming. The name chromatin was given by Fleming. The interphase nucleus, when the cell is not dividing, that is interphase, has highly extended and elaborate nucleoprotein fibers called chromatin, nuclear matrix, and one or more spherical bodies called nucleoli. Nuclear envelope consists of 2 parallel membranes with a space between them is called perinuclear space. Around the nucleus 2 membranes are present. In between the 2 membranes, perinuclear space is present, which forms a barrier between the material present inside the nucleus and that of the cytoplasm. It acts as a barrier between the nucleus and the cytoplasm. The outer membrane usually remains continuous with the endoplasmic reticulum and also bear ribosomes on it, because on the outer side of the nuclear membrane endoplasmic reticulum is present, and sometime on that ribosomes are also present. At a number of places, the nuclear envelope is interrupted by minute pores. In between the nuclear membrane, minute pores are present. These nucleopores are the passage through which movement of RNA and protein molecules takes place in both directions, that is between the nucleus and the cytoplasm, or sometimes from cytoplasm towards the nucleus. Normally there is only one nucleus per cell, but in some organisms more than one nuclei per cell are also present. Example is in striated muscles in humans, many nuclei are present. In muscle fiber, that is muscle fiber, in the striated muscles, many nuclei are present. Even in certain fungi, cynocytic stage, many nuclei are present in that. Some mature cells even lack nucleus, that is erythrocyte, or many mammals and sieve tube cells of vascular plants. In them, nucleus is not present, but they are considered as living because some type of molecular movement is occurring in them. The nuclear matrix or the nucleoplasm inside the nucleus, that cytoplasm, is known as nucleoplasm. It contains nucleolus and chromatin material. The nucleoli are spherical structures present in the nucleoplasm. The content of nucleoplasm is continuous with the rest of the nucleoplasm as it is not a membrane bound structure. So nucleolus is not surrounded by the membrane. It is the site of active RNA synthesis. Larger and more numerous nucleoli are present in cells actively carrying out protein synthesis. The cells in which large protein synthesis occurs, they have large nucleolus. The interface nucleus has a loose and indistinct network of nucleoprotein fibers called chromatin. When the cell is not dividing in the nucleus, thread-like structures known as chromatin is present. But during different stages of cell division, cells shows chromosomes. At the time of cell division, this chromatin material takes the shape of chromosomes. Chromatin contains DNA, some basic proteins. Basic proteins are known as histones, and some non-histone proteins also, and some RNA also is present. A single human cell has approximately 2 meter long thread of DNA. In one cell, total 2 meter long DNA is present. So much compact arrangement of DNA is present inside the nucleus. We will study the detail of DNA packaging in class 12th. Every chromosome essentially has a primary constriction or a centromere. In middle of the chromosome, centromere is present. On the centromere, on one side of that, a small disc-shaped structure known as kinetochore is present. In the middle, centrosome. Near to the centrosome, this structure, disc-shaped structures known as kinetochore is present. Centromere holds the two chromatids of the chromosome. The centromere, chromatids means two arms of the chromosomes. So it holds the two chromatids of a chromosome. Based on the position of centromere, the chromosomes can be classified into 4 types. So based where the centromere is present, whether in the middle or at the corner, so chromosomes can be classified into 4 types. First is metacentric. In the first diagram, that is of metacentric, in which the centromere is in the middle and 2 arms are of equal size. Next diagram is of submetacentric chromosome. Here the centromere is slightly away from the middle of the chromosome. So results in one shorter arm and one longer arm. Upper one is the shorter arm and lower one is the here shown longer arm. This is submetacentric. Third diagram is showing acrocentric chromosome. The centromere is situated close to its end. forming one extremely short and one very long arm. Third one is acrocentric chromosome. And the fourth is the example of telocentric chromosome, where the centromere has reached up to the terminal end. Sometimes a few chromosomes have non-staining secondary constriction at one location. This gives the appearance of a small fragment called satellite. At present, just learn the word satellite and definition. Detail we will study in the next class. What is satellite? In some chromosomes, non-staining part is present at one side, that is known as satellite part. What are microbodies? Many membrane-bound minute vesicles are present. These are known as microbodies because they contain various enzymes. They are present both in plants and animal cells. With this, our chapter is complete. I hope this is clear. If any doubt, you can ask me. Thank you.